What's up, Crusher Crew? I just uploaded a video to my Patreon page that's a free, open, public video that's like a sample meditation overview of my theory and philosophy of proactive meditation, of using mind space to create mind palaces, and using the gateway process and other types of meditation in order to help myself with mental health, and also to do advanced levels of things like astral projection, out-of-body travel, and all kinds of cool stuff. So I wanted to make this video available for free, just kind of a sample overview of what the entire meditation workshop is about. This is part 6. There's 5 other sections of the meditation workshop available on my Patreon group page. And also there's a level 2 with a few options on there, as well as a whole bunch of other cool things and levels and memberships and meetup opportunities that you can find on there as well. So here you go. I wanted to make this one available for free just so everyone could give it a shot. Welcome back to part 6 of the meditation course on the Carl Crusher Patreon page. What we're going to do today is basically go back through all of the original levels that we've done 1 through 5 to understand kind of the mindset and revisit how this should be applied to your regular day-to-day life, and how you can use this as sort of an augmentation on top of what you're normally doing in order to get a grip on the normal thought processes and emotions that you have. And not only that, form sort of a mind palace, or an area where you can create items and totems and symbolic tools that you can use in this space in order to help you not only with your meditation, but also in future work if you want to explore things like astral projection, out-of-body travel, or going through different gateways and doorways and such. And so what I wanted to do is basically talk you through the process up to now and how you can apply that to your daily life. But most of all, sort of the theory and the mindset and the philosophy behind this entire meditation protocol and process that I have sort of formed and developed and use, and why I do it. So typically when I wake up in the morning and I go throughout my day, there's all these thoughts that go on inside the mind and inside the emotions. There's all this soup and this kind of geometry or alchemy that happens where you start thinking about the day, the problems that you have to solve, the things that you need to get done, all of the stuff that you're excited about and looking forward to. And that creates like an entire formula that adds up like a recipe with your emotions and everything that creates and shapes your day-to-day life. And that can become a very toxic recipe. It can get to a point to where your mental chatter and your emotional chatter is dominated by this cloud of negativity, to where your thoughts become all pervasive into the emotions, or your emotions get caught up into the thoughts. And that mix can go back and forth into this whole storm that clouds the mind and makes it difficult to even know what you should do in your life, or if you're on the right path. And this can have negative side effects in your life, even physical illness and other things and consequences that come from not taking care of this, including all of the spectrums of mental illness and different things that can affect our lives emotionally and mentally, into our careers and relationships and all of that. And instead of just waking up in the morning and going throughout the day and hoping that we can, drink our coffee, or that some good thing happens and the clouds part and the sun shines and things start to pick up for us, we just hope on either faith or luck that good things will go well and that cloud will sort itself out. But the idea of the meditation program and going down through these workshop classes is to basically develop a process where you go into that cloud and you begin to look at it. You look at the thoughts and emotions that are going on inside of you, and how that exists as a chatter in the language that you were taught as a child. So for me personally, I was taught English. And so when I think thoughts in my mind and I'm daydreaming and imagining things, there's that internal conversation going on inside my mind in my own voice, kind of like I'm having a conversation with myself, trying to decide what I'm going to do, how I feel about things, almost having an argument before I have the real argument, and so on. And instead of just letting that go on autopilot, like it's just who I am and a part of my life, and it is my mind and consciousness, and there it is, I'm going to actually take a step back and look at it, and then begin to develop tools and ways in order to look at it and manipulate it in such a way to where you begin to manifest the direction of those thoughts and emotions and see them sort of metaphorically outside of yourself, and symbolically utilizing your imagination and your intentions in order to do that. So, the process of meditation and through all of these workshops is to go from 1 through 5 and up till now, and then beyond that, where you develop the ability to take that mental chatter and envision a place to put it. And you start with this magical box that you go up to, and you open the lid, and you can separate that negative parts of your day and the thoughts that are raging on or emotions, and imagine them as visualized symbolic things outside of yourself. You can imagine that you can actually see that negative cloud of energy or the thought bubbles as they float around, and you notice them come from behind you, and suddenly you're thinking about this or you're concerned about that, and you begin to pay attention. And what is the color of my emotions and my thoughts? What does it really look like? How large is this cloud? How much is it blinding me? How much does it fill me up? And how pervasive is it affecting other people around me, this invisible energy cloud that I'm just going to visualize in my mind now? And then we have this tool now, this conversion box, cosmic conversion box. We can go up to and open the lid, take all that negative thoughts, all those thought bubbles or clouds or energy or however you want to visualize it, and you have a place to put it now. And you have a tool or somewhere inside yourself to organize it and to close the lid and put it all over there. And you can continue down that path to where you visualize entire rooms and realms and a space for you to go and experience that you return to, like we talked about, a memory palace or a mind palace. So you begin to form sort of like this imaginary space around you inside your subconscious, where instead of just this cloud and ocean and formula of thoughts and emotions just are going off in whatever direction they want, now you're visualizing all of that as a room that has windows and doors, that has a waiting area or a place to go and relax and finally rest. I even visualize tools and different things that I can put on, or clothing that represent parts of my subconscious, like confidence or things if I need to prepare myself or I need to have courage, then I can put like a robe on or a cloak on or almost armor on, symbolically or metaphorically, in order to do that. If I'm struggling with the thoughts in my mind and I want to turn the volume down, you can actually visualize and imagine within yourself that you go to this room and you visit this place that's perfect for whatever you like, and you can go up to a control panel or some kind of an interface that just simply has a volume knob or an on-off switch, and you can imagine that your subconscious thoughts and internal dialogue and chatter or emotions transfer over to that on-off switch, and then you just turn the volume down and turn the switch off. Or you can use it like almost like artificial intelligence and reprogram it in order to be more useful to you. Like, I need you to be better at this and be better at that. And then when you go out of the meditation and back to your day-to-day life, or even when you're struggling in a moment in your day-to-day life, you can return to these tools. Even if you're at the bank or you're at work or you're dealing with a difficult situation and you realize that your emotions and your thoughts are becoming like this dark energy cloud of toxicity, you can imagine in that moment, on top of whatever's going on within this space within yourself, and meditate and go to the box, the cosmic conversion box, and put those problems in there. You can turn the volume down on your emotions and the stress that you're feeling, and have all the tools and the place within yourself that you can return, like a safe space that is protected and secure, that you can go to, that has everything that you need outside of even linear time to accomplish the things that you need. And within that, you want to get to the point to where you develop the ability to where that becomes like a whole room
or a castle or a palace, like a fortress of solitude that is full of all these different tools. Maybe there's a sword over here for when you need to have the courage to go face a problem. Maybe there's a doorway that goes to another place in the past where you can close that door, open it to go visit other timelines or other people. And maybe there's also another room that you can go into within your mind that is just for relaxing. It is just like you go in there and it opens up into a place that's like your favorite childhood memories where you went fishing on the lake or went to Hawaii and enjoyed a vacation on the beach. And you can imagine any kind of magical space that you want within the mind and within the emotions through these meditations and through the workshop, so that rather than just letting your mind sort of ride you throughout the day, you then create this metaphorical symbolic realm within inside the subconscious that becomes like a room with windows, doorways, hallways, furniture, objects, and magical items and things like that, or even technology that you can utilize within yourself to organize that space, organizing the space within the mind, organizing the space within the soul and within the heart. And in return to that, your mind, your subconscious, and your body in your day to day life doesn't know the difference. It is going to be convinced, just as if it's a placebo, or even if you are traveling into the astral plane and exploring and organizing these other dimensions of the self or these other timelines. And you will have experiences where you might receive a download or communication, or you might go through a doorway or a hallway and encounter a loved one who is deceased, or a relative or whatever. And these might come through sort of like as a vision or a dream or a deep emotional imagination, simply because you're accessing parts of yourself that you've never opened before, doorways or hallways or rooms that you're ready to go into now. And so you can explore this. Some doors you can leave closed, or you can just completely wall off. And this entire realm that you have can become a utilized space that goes anywhere you want and has everything that you ever needed. It becomes the perfect sort of church, or the perfect sort of place to go, sanctuary, Zen garden, or temple within yourself that you can go and escape the world, or even just get through the day. And so hopefully this helps you. It doesn't matter what you visualize, if it's a box, a bag, a tool, a sword, a spear, a cape, a doorway, a window, or even if you imagine the whole thing is like a spaceship that can take you places. If you start to organize your internal life, your consciousness space, your psychic space, and the realms of your emotions, and you get control of that geometry of the mind and the soul and the heart, then all of this becomes like a beautiful symphony, and you can sort of control that subconscious thoughts and emotions from just becoming like a negative cloud, and you can create that into a beautiful sort of serene space that's like the Garden of Eden, or that Zen garden within yourself that you can return to anytime that you need. So hopefully this is like a good little overview and a recap of everything from 1 up to 5. And then I also want to make you aware that there's other stages to the meditation process as well as we go forward that involve not only just going up and out, but what you can do with those doorways and gateways, and how you can go into other places and other timelines. And that involves such things as like remote viewing, out of body travel, and other cool stuff like that. So make sure and stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in the next one.